The crypto market's having a very difficult day today, and Zcash is no exception, but it's not down as much as some of the main altcoins are. You've got Zcash down about 2% on the day today. Ethereum's down about 5-6% right now. Even Bitcoin, guys, down 3.5% over the last 24 hours. A major red day. But Zcash is holding up nonetheless, sitting right here at $400 per coin. Now, we're going to be talking about it in the video today because even though buyers are sort of seeing a sell-off, they're withdrawing $17 million from exchanges during this pullback. So let's discuss what it means, and if it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay Bro, and I do want to say thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. And before we jump into this article here, I want to say thank you for understanding YouTube has recently shifted their cryptocurrency policy. Now, starting November 17th, they're really cracking down, and especially their AI moderation. It seems out of control, so you've got to be as careful as possible. With that, they are allowing general discussions about crypto, NFTs, and other digital assets. That is all that this video is, okay? Please do not interpret this video to be some sort of a promise, promotion, guarantee, recommendation, even a suggestion, right? Yes, we're going to talk about expectations. Yes, you're going to hear my commentary, my opinion, and so on. But we're simply discussing what is going on with Zcash, the overall market, and nothing. Tomorrow is never guaranteed in any regards, especially in finance or investing. So with that being said, let's talk about Zcash as it's consolidating after a 700% rally, and buyers are pulling $17 million off exchanges. Now, I'm going to go over the bullet points. It's not a terribly long article, but we understand what's going on with Zcash. We've been seeing a lot of it lately. And it says that Zcash has surged over 700% in 3 months, but is now consolidating into a triangle pattern after the rally. Now, a lot of people call this a bull flag. If you shorten or I guess zoom out a little bit, you can see that Zcash really took off. And of course, it's consolidating down into this wedge. Now, this is what we were as soon as Zcash took off back in October and November. But now we've got to move this down a little bit. And we can see that new support is being set up around $300 to $330 per coin. And of course, these lower highs are still being hit. So this is the triangle consolidation that they're talking about right here. As Zcash has, of course, ran up beautifully since its, when was this? September rally. September and October, November, and December now, with December forming this triangle right here. It says that on December 13th, buyers pulled $17.3 million worth of Zcash off of exchanges, flipping from inflows to outflows. Now, typically, when you've got outflows from exchanges, this means that selling pressure is lessening. Doesn't have to, but that's what it typically means. The cryptocurrency remains up roughly 20% over the last week, despite a small 2.5% pullback in the last 24 hours. And 2.5% it's actually a good sign. I mean, nobody wants to see a pullback, right? But considering Ethereum, XRP, Solana are all down over 2.5%, it's actually holding up a little bit better than the rest of the market. Now, it says the key breakout level sits at $511 with support holding at $430. Now, support has been hit pretty hard today as the overall market is falling. We're sitting at $400 per coin, and $530, that's in this area right up here where the previous support was found, is going to be resistance back up to the upside. Now, finally, it says institutional interest drove the rally, including Grayscale filing for a Zcash ETF and Cypherpunk Technologies adopting Zcash as treasury asset. And that is, I mean, guys, when you've got a $58 million investment from the Winklevoss twins into Cypherpunk Technologies to go out there and buy Zcash, it is really fueling the move. Now, as more and more institutions jump in, as more and more, sort of governments allow and regulate these privacy coins, it could really revolutionize the game. So with that, I continue to invest. I do own Zcash. One of the places that I own Zcash is on the blockchain through wallets like Best Wallet. Now, you guys got a link for this down in the description below if you want to check it out. It is absolutely free and extremely easy to use. So even if you don't want to spend any money, you can go out, you can check out the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store with that link down in the description. It's going to pull you up to the correct app. And then from there, you can download it and see if you guys even like it. Now, do not forget, though, diversification of the crypto space is extremely important. With assets as volatile as they are, diversification does help alleviate some of that risk. And one of the cryptocurrencies that I've been diversifying into is Bitcoin Hyper. Now, you got a link for this down in the description below if you guys want to research it a little bit more. But essentially, they've raised over $29.5 million just in the last few months. And these guys are building a layer 2 blockchain for Bitcoin, which is said to bring a ton of utility to Bitcoin after spending years as a store of value. You could finally transact fast and cheap utilizing this layer 2. So let me know what you guys think about it all down in the comments below. And until the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.